What's up, people? It's Nature Girl 30 here. And before I actually get into my raw review, there's a few things that I want to say. Number one, breast cancer awareness week is winding down, and honestly, I really do feel that if anyone still wants to support Susan G. Komen, you can support her pretty much any time of the year. It is a great cause, and honestly, I am all for that. I am all for that charity. And another thing, Hurricane Sandy is pretty much hitting the East Coast hard in the states, especially up there close to New York. Please say a prayer for John, for Vente Kid. For anybody that doesn't know, Vente Kid actually lives in New York, as well as Steffi Sunshine. Anyone that actually pretty much lives on the Upper East Coast in New England states, especially in New York and parts of Jersey, please say a prayer for them. It is pretty rough. The winds are pretty rough, especially when it comes to the waves. Please say a prayer for them and for everything they're going through right now. They're going through massive power outages. There are people without power. There are people without heat because it is getting pretty cold. Unfortunately, there's a huge cold front that came through as well. So please say a prayer for them. Please say a prayer for them and also for their protection and safety. Thanks for all you guys, and I really hope that honestly, guys, John, Steffi, I know you're not watching this, but guys, hang in there. Seriously, hang in there. My prayers go out to you guys. And also, I actually did do a Hell in a Cell review. I did, and it was a great one with my homegirl, Tama Girl 101. I actually did one with her on my phone. Unfortunately, I didn't have an instant upload for me to actually do it for Google Plus. I'm still trying to upload it somehow. My YouTube, I have I have one YouTube account, my Nature Girl 30 account, and then I have another one that I just kind of made up because my phone only does it only for Gmail stuff. So unfortunately, I have another account that's gonna probably be sent to. But if so, if I can get it working, I'm gonna actually try to share it with you guys, and you'll probably be able to see it. But it's gonna probably take a minute. But anyway, let's go into this review. Um, I'm gonna be real. There wasn't really a lot of things that actually stood out for me. I mean, I really did try to be excited about some of these things. The one thing I can definitely say is that I really feel like that the feud with Sheamus and Big Show is not yet over, and it had a really great finish for Hell in a Cell last night. I will agree with that. But the one thing I'm definitely gonna say about this is that the promo that Sheamus had and the way that Sheamus reacted towards the Big Show really makes me feel like this feud is heating up, and that's the main thing I'm excited about at this point. But the one thing I am going to say is that it was really good to actually have CM Punk come out there. The only issue is they really did not address the whole thing with the referee. Unless I left the room a few times. If there's something that I missed, leave a comment in the comment section below. Because that's one issue that I don't think that they actually did state. I think they kind of bypassed the whole thing for the stupid AJ thing. So if anybody knows whether or not they actually addressed the issue for the referee, please let me know. Because honestly, that was a huge part of the storyline last night. And leaving that out leaves a big, massive hole that really needs to be filled. I don't know what they were thinking for leaving that out. But the thing about it is, having that in the beginning, having CM Punk in the beginning, talking about how he beat Ryback, it was interesting because that was pretty much a good setup. I think I like the fact that it was the opener because that is the match that set in everybody's freaking mind of what happened last night. And I'm gonna have my own personal view about it too. Like seriously, I'm gonna have a whole new discussion about that. But anyway, I'm moving on from there. But for real, I think it was a great setup for them to actually have that up front. The only issue that I had was the fact that they addressed the whole Susan G. Komen with the charity check in the middle of the show. The reason why I have a gripe with that is because you have all these feuds. You have all these red hot feuds that start to spice up and start to spice things up and actually get your blood pumping and everything. Especially with the whole Sheamus thing and also with CM Punk and then the issue with AJ. You got all that probably maybe within the first hour towards the second hour. But then in the middle of the second hour, towards the end, to the third hour, you got something that slows that completely down, and then you're trying to pick up the pace again. I don't like the setup. I think they set that whole thing wrong. With the whole Susan G. Komen with the whole Susan G. Komen addressing and the fact that they actually gave him the check, I think it was wonderful. It was an excellent cause, and the fact that they actually did promote them for this entire month is beautiful. But the way they set it up was wrong. They should have set it up in the beginning. And then after that, you can keep on going from there because you're going to have your adrenaline pumping the whole time. And then all of a sudden you're going to slow down. And then you got to have your adrenaline pumping again. I mean, it was just wrong. I mean, for that, it was wrong. But all in all, it was not bad. But the thing about it is they actually did set up Survivor Series. They set up the teams pretty darn early. And I guess because of the fact that they actually are having Survivor Series in 3 weeks. Yeah, this is one of your big 4 pay-per-views. Why are you having it for 3 weeks? Survivor Series is supposed to be actually something that's supposed to, you're supposed to actually build up for Survivor Series. Like at least 4 weeks to maybe 6 weeks out. Because you want to have some decent feuds going in Survivor Series. And then when you go in Survivor Series, you go into the Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumble is supposed to be when The Rock returns. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on with the Royal Rumble. So you want to actually have a Survivor Series that's pumped up, leading towards the Royal Rumble. But the way they're setting it up, it's just a little weird. It's backwards. They did more for Hell in a Cell than they actually did for Survivor Series. And that's one of their big 4 pay-per-views. I don't know. I find that really confusing. But all in all, I have to say that the teams that they had picked is something that I don't agree with. I'm sorry. I don't agree with the teams that they actually picked at all. Because every person on that team was somebody that was feuding at Hell in a Cell. And I'm like, no. I mean, honestly, no. But I don't know. It would have made sense to me to actually, well, more than likely, they're probably going to have another Big Show versus Sheamus Big Show versus Sheamus fight at Survivor Series. But the whole thing with CM Punk, who CM Punk picked, everybody that they picked was somebody that actually feuded for Hell in a Cell. And I'm like, you could have picked better people. Like, seriously, you didn't have to pick all them. You didn't have to pick the obvious. But this show, all in all, was kind of meh. Like, it wasn't anything that literally set out in my mind, like, this is epic! It was just meh. That's pretty much what it was. And for real, the Goldberg chance is starting to get stale, people. Yes, he's a poor man's Goldberg. We know. We get it. Move on. Seriously. But I really do feel that I really don't want to see Ryback in a Survivor Series match. I want to see him, in a group, that is. I want to see him in a fight, in another fight, steel cage, first blood, whatever. I would rather see him in a match, a standalone match between him and Punk, than see him in a Survivor Series match. That's just me. But anyway, what did you guys think of the show? Who would you actually pick to be in Survivor Series? Like, seriously, who would you guys pick as the teams for Survivor Series? What three people would you pick to actually be in your team, and who would you pick as team captains for both sides? I'm curious of what you guys would think. Leave your comments in the comment section below, or send me a video response, because honestly, I really don't feel that this Raw was just so mediocre, coming out from a really decent Hell in a Cell. And then you're trying to promote Survivor Series, and it was just, man. But anyway, I want to hear what you guys think about this. This is Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out. Later.